What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm joined by Platinum. What up, Platinum?
Hello, everybody. What's up, Nabs? It's Platinum TDX the Dragon Extreme.
Yeah, I was gonna put you in a spot, just have you say something unexpectedly. By the way, before we start, you can check out Platinum, link in the description below. Go over there, say hi, subscribe, all that good stuff. Today we'll be discussing a very interesting topic, servers, actually, because it's something that's been popping up a lot in the last couple weeks. And it's funny because both Platinum and I were going back and forth on Twitter for the longest about this, and we decided, you know what, let's do a video about this to kind of explain the server situation with Xenoverse, because there's a bunch of people, talking about hit detection. A lot of people talking about the lag problems, and what is actually going on. And I brought Platinum onto my video. He actually did a video about this yesterday as well, so if you want to check that out, I will link that in the description below. But I just kind of want to address what's actually happening and what probably should be done for Xenoverse 2, so there's less of a lag issue. So first things first, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what the actual problem here is?
So I've noticed, through watching Dr. Love streams and Thundershot streams, that the lag is not as prevalent on the consoles as it is on PC. But basically, my problem with the online is whenever you knock someone away, you can't really, I call them stamina combos because you follow up the combo with the stamina, you use the stamina. It never really works. You'll end up teleporting where they should be, but on their screen you just teleport and you're just standing in the middle of nowhere, and they're flying farther away, so you never really stop them. It happens all the time, but usually the hit detection's off. It's a lot of little things that you expect with multiplayer issues, but you would think they would get fixed, but apparently it's a lot harder to fix than what it seems.
Yeah, so it's not really a quote-unquote netcode, which I see a lot of people use that term. What it is basically the connection to the server. So let's actually break down how Rage and Blast worked. Would you say that Rage and Blast had a pretty good online mode in terms of lag and hit detection, all that stuff?
For the most part, yeah, but again, not really as many connections happening at the same time.
Right, but it was better in Xenoverse, easily. Yeah. So in Rage and Blast, the way it worked is you get the game, you send somebody a match, or you get in a player match, and it's peer-to-peer server. It connects you to that person, and therefore that's when it accesses the server and allows you to fight that person. Well, Xenoverse is a little bit different, and Dims tried to be a little too ambitious with the Toki Toki thing. So let's actually look at sales first. Rage and Blast 2 sold roughly about 700,000 copies for the PS3 across the world, which is pretty good, actually. It's really good for an anime game. And I think Battle Z sold 40,000, something like that, a lot less. But either way, Battle Z and Rage and Blast, they had better they had better connection, essentially. There's better hit detection. There's better there was less lag, unless you did 4v4 in Battle Z, which was a huge mess, but we're not going to talk about that. But the point is connecting peer-to-peer it's a lot less strain for a server. Now, Toki Toki City, or Xenoverse actually, tried to be really ambitious, and they created this hub where essentially you were kind of forced to log into every single time. Now, I know there's a single player aspect of it, and if you don't have internet, you automatically go into single player. But the game kind of always forces you to go online first. So if you are connected to the internet, it does go through the internet first, and then allows you to log into these Toki Toki City lobbies, which consist of, I believe, a 200 character limit per room. And Xenoverse sold a lot of copies. Xenoverse sold 2 million plus copies, probably at this point way more than when that news was announced. So let's say 2.1 million copies since the game came out. Now, with each server holding 200 people, and the game pretty much always forcing you to go online, kind of like Destiny did, that's a lot of strain. And because of that already, the DIM servers are on, the Bondot servers, DIM servers, whoever is hosting the servers, those servers are on fire constantly. Now, I remember when they did the main reason why they did the network test back in October was to test that. They wanted to see, how many people they could hold on the server. They wanted to see, what would happen if 20,000 people logged on. They want to see, what happens with that. And it was a huge mess. It was an absolute terrible mess. And even when the game came out, it was still pretty difficult to, stay in a server. That's because the servers were literally always on fire. Now, when you introduce that kind of server strain already, and then try to fight people online, there's going to be problems. Now, I will give it up to Dims. They did a pretty good job, making the game work the way it works now, considering there's so much fire already. But there's still issues. There's a lot of issues, and hopefully we can see some kind of fix, although it's not that easy. It's not like one of those things where you just add a couple of lines of code and then bam, it's good. It's just the way it works is, and I work at a tech company, so I see it from our end too. The way it works is when people access your site or your platform or whatever, it creates a server, and the more people that come, it spins up more servers. So that's basically what happens. But if you're doing a huge number at once, it just literally lights your system on fire, and that's what's basically happening. And pretty much Xenoverse servers have been on fire since the game came out. On fire. So that's kind of why there's a hit detection issue, but at the same time, they did a really good job considering there's so much fire, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they weren't expecting these sales. Like, so usually with the game, I think they were expecting at the most probably like the first day release where I think it got 1 million in the first week or something like that. I might be exaggerating, but when it got those numbers, I think they were like, okay, yeah, we can handle this. But then when it started building up, when the American release date came out and when the European release came out, I think they were like, okay, how are we gonna deal with this? So
it was actually 100,000 first week in Japan, and then when it broke, when it came out in the world, it did about 100,000 rest of the world. So it's like it only did about 200,000 that first week, but then like the ongoing weeks after that, it just blew up in sales.
Yeah, I'm retarded, but it's still that's more than Raging Blast.
Yeah.
In the first week, but I think what they tried to do was a little too harsh. Like, it was a little too hasty what they tried to do. They tried to force the online when what they should have done was, in my opinion, keep what they used to have, like the main menu, and have you be able to be like, hey, I want to connect to Toki Toki, and then you connect to their servers rather than going on an online battle and going through peer-to-peer connection.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they tried to be very different in this game. They wanted to give us something that was a brand new experience. So I understand what they were going for. Their heart was in the right place. It's not easy. I mean, we saw, what was that first game that tried to do that? Oh, Defiance, I believe. Yeah, Defiance was one of the first games that tried to do that, and it was an absolute nightmare. And then here comes Destiny, and I think Destiny did a really, really great job. But of course, that's Bungie, who has a huge budget, you know.
Yeah.
And even though Bandai Namco put a lot of money behind this project, and Dimps they did a really great job. It's still not easy. It's still like kind of ahead of its time. Like in the future, I feel like in the next 5 years, we'll see more games like that. Stuff like Division. But right now, it's still a little too early, and there's still a lot of mistakes being made when developers do that. But like they still did a great job considering the fact that the servers are always on fire. At least in my opinion. Yeah,
like it's not. Yesterday I was playing with Mega Man, and we were having like a couple of fun battles. He did a couple of stamina combos, and I was like, whoa, you actually got it to pull off, because it's a trick behind it, to be honest. On PS4 it's usually like a hit or miss, but on PC you can actually trick it. So like we were actually playing on the Cell games, and he teleported behind me, but it did that little weird networking thing. And then when he did it a second time, he waited about a second, and then he did it, and then he was hitting me, but I was past him already, but he was still hitting me. But it's definitely there, and I think it could be fixed, but I don't think, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it would be fixed.
The real solution here is they just need to spin up more servers, a lot more servers to support people. So for starters, what I would do, which I know they won't do because it's severely expensive. Like to run servers, it costs literally hundreds of thousands of dollars like a week. It's pretty expensive. Yeah, it's disgusting. What I would do is I would limit each Toki Toki City hub to 100 people, not 200 but 100, because right now I believe that 200 is the number. If they do that, they'll have to double their servers, which means they'll probably be supporting literally like $500,000 a month to do this. But it would do less strain on the servers, and it would probably the hit detection would be a lot better. That's what I would do. Number 2 solution is for the future. For the future, as Platinum said, focus more on the main menu. Like, we don't need this fancy Toki Toki City stuff. Like, it's cool to walk in and and see your friends, but honestly, what I would rather see is when I go for the main menu and enter Toki Toki City, I would rather have my own hub where I can invite my friends into it, because it's cool to walk around in the public lobby and like challenge random people. But let's be real, a lot of times, most of Toki Toki City is just people standing around. They're not accepting matches. They're literally just standing there. And this also goes back to why there's a 3-minute timer in online matches. If there's a 4-minute timer or a 5-minute timer, the game will literally not work.
Oh,
literally will not work. So this Toki Toki City thing is causing so much strain that taking it away would solve so many problems. Like, we could probably have 5-minute matches. We could probably do unlimited matches and offline, even though I'm not really sure how that works. I know there's a reason why that was done like that, but like the whole Tokyo City thing causes a lot more issues for the future. I would just say go back to the main menu system. Allow private lobbies where I can invite friends, because it kind of sucks looking for friends in this game. You can't invite them. It's like the worst part. You can't invite them. You have to like favorite them first and then register and then bring them in. It's really hard to like find the people you want to play with. But for the most part, everybody staying in Tokyo City is they're just AFK most of the time. So for the future, I'd say just go back to the main menu thing, and we'll be okay with that. As long as we can play a game with like less lag and no hit detection problems, we're okay with that. So yeah.
But yeah, that was everything you said. Basically summed up everything I wanted to say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, is there anything else you want to say before we end this?
Main menus for the win.
Main menus for the win.
But
cool.
I don't know. I just think the whole Tokyo City thing should have been a little thing in itself for the main menu, like you click it. But yeah.
It would solve a lot of problems, because then it wouldn't force everybody to go online first.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, there was so little development time, so like I see how they were thinking when they were making this game. And like I said, my experience, I work at a tech company, so I know how that stuff works. I mean, I know this is a game versus me working for like a website thing. I know how it works. So it's tough. It's kind of tough shoe to be in. But I don't know. Maybe Xenoverse 2 will have a better design for it. So we'll see.
Yeah. So my name's Platinum TX, Dragon Extreme. I was joined here, or I was on the show with. I don't know. But I was hosted here by Rhymestyle. Go check him out in the description below.
And vice versa. Check out Platinum in the description below. If you want to check out his video too, his solo one, we'll link that in the description below as well.
Yeah, but just remember, that guy's a dick. Don't sub to him. Go sub to Rhymestyle. He's awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
All right, guys, peace.